quick, Puka Nacua is out here retiring corners by week 4. I'm going to say this again. Puka Nacua is out here retiring corners by week 4, going into week 5. Xavien Howard said, I'm out, coach. I'm out. That's it. Xavien Howard just got off the couch. I think he sat out last. He retired last season, came back in. Had a pretty good game week 1 against the Dolphins, against his old team. And Xavien Howard, I always like Xavien Howard as a good corner, but that last game against the Rams, that wasn't pretty at all, man. Yeah, it's different when you're going against the unstable Dolphins, man. You're going against this elite wide receiver room with the Rams. This Puka Nacua kid, he different. Man, as a corner, I wouldn't want to play press coverage on him. Jamming him at the line of scrimmage, no. He's one of the best I've ever seen. I ain't gonna lie, guys, at the receiver position, at getting off jams and press coverage. I mean, it's at a high level, high elite level. You know, I'm sorry, guys. The way McVay has schemed up these guys at an elite level on bringing these guys in, these nobody knew Cooper Kupp coming in his rookie year. Nobody knew Puka Nacua coming in the 5th round. And the way he utilizes these guys and use a lot of motion and using different packages to like keep the defense honest, and it's like, if you notice how McVay run his offense, they don't need the biggest 6'3", 6'4" guy that could run 4.23 speed. They don't need the 5'9" Tyreek Hill blazing speed. They don't need none of that. They get guys that know how to understand how to run routes, how to understand zone coverages, and have great route running skills and can catch the ball. That's why Davante's in there. Davante was never known for being a Greek god, DK Metcalf build, but he can run routes. He's strong after the catch. Same thing with Puka. Cooper Kupp, route running. Even on the lower end, Demarcus Robinson is one of the most underrated route running receivers in this league. Now, he went on to San Francisco, but he's had good years under McVay's system. And that's what McVay utilizes. And even how he uses his running game concepts with Kyron and Blake Corum. You know, McVay is obviously the elite head coach. We know that. But I'm very proud of Puka Nacua, man, because how do you have, in 4 games, you already with 40 catches and 500 yards? Guys, this kid may end up breaking the Calvin Johnson record at this pace. All the Michael Thomas did Michael. I can't remember if Cooper broke his record. I can't remember. He probably gonna be chasing Cooper or Michael Thomas for the catch record. How do you have 42 catches in 4 games? He's had 100 yards, so it ain't like he having 10 catches for 70 yards. He's having 10 catches over 100 yards. It ain't none of that slants and screens and none of that shit. He's dominant. He's physical. He's nasty. He's a quiet nasty. He's a top 5 receiver this year. I'm sorry. It is what it is at this point. They're getting ready for San Francisco 49ers. I want to say shout out to Xavien Howard on a good career. But, man, you come off the couch, 32 years old, come back, and you got to face up against this kid, this physical stud. Sign me out. I'm gone, man. I don't need this shit. I'm going back to my family. I don't need this shit. Guarding this dude, guarding these people out here. So, Rams, they looking good so far. They're getting ready for the Niners. And that's what you wanted. You always wanted the defense to catch back up after Aaron Donald retired. It was some tough years after that, after the Super Bowl year on the defense. And it looked like they figured it out for you to get Jared Verse. And they just coach well, you know. They coach very well, and they can be scary for the NFC. You know, they're very underrated. You know, they're getting closer and closer to beating the Eagles. It came off kind of rough. It started off well a few weeks ago. It just the wheels fell off at the end of the game. But I'm telling you, I would not want to match up with this Rams team because Matt Stafford and company, they can easily dominate teams on the offensive end on a week-to-week basis. So that's all I got. I'm out.